My name is Paul Hudson and I'm the director of how Steeple Sinderby Wanderers won the FA Cup. It is about a village football team from the Fenlands who incredibly won the FA Cup, a feat that couldn't be repeated these days. But it's the story of how this happened from the very preliminary rounds through to beating Wolverhampton Wanderers in the final at Wembley. Well, there are about 70 characters, I think, in the play, and they're all played by one person.
Me! Yes. Hello, my name's Mark Jardine, and I'm the actor in how Steeple Sinderby Wanderers won the FA Cup. The amount of characters isn't so much a problem. I just think it's the fact that it's just you for an hour and 10 minutes. That's the sort of demanding part of it. I've not really done what is in effect a monologue of that length before. So, but the characters are fun. It's fun to come up with different characters, using sort of different registers of your voice, different regional accents. We do quite a lot from the Fenlands and also from other parts of the country like Yorkshire and the home counties.
Well, we've watched some tapes of the era. There isn't any footage left anybody can find anyway of Steeple Sinderby Wanderers playing, so that was a bit of a disadvantage. But we have found a lot of footage of that time. Yes. And we've made sort of educated guesses, haven't we?
Yeah, so we watched Manchester United versus Aston Villa, a 1957 FA Cup final. It's very interesting. Commentated by Kenneth Wolstenholme, the man who said, I think was he the man who said, I think it's all over, but it is now, or something like that.
He did.
He's the man, yeah.
He did.
The very same one.
Yeah.
So very much the kind of feel of the piece is kind of, you can sort of sense it in that sort of approach, of commentator's approach. That's very much in tune with the whole sort of feel of the play. I think the play's a comedy drama. Do you agree?
Yes.
Or a dramatic comedy.
Yeah, I don't know, because there's quite a lot going on, because it is the record of how Steeple Sinderby Wanderers won the FA Cup. But it's told by a chap who, we imagine, lived until he died in the village. So, whereas it is a great football story, it's also his tale. And there's a little love story going on there as well. And a bit of pathos.
So although them winning the FA Cup is real, the main character, central character, play myself, is fictional. He's a character called Joe Gidner, and he is the home counties boy who finds himself in this strange little village in the middle of the Fenlands, having been thrown out of theological college for undisclosed reasons.
I think it'll be enjoyable. I think it'll be very funny and engaging. But I mean, what I like about this style of theatre, and particularly this show, is it's storytelling theatre. From the moment Mark walks on stage, the audience will be engaged in this very interesting, funny story, which isn't just for football fans. I'm a big football fan, and that's what originally attracted me to it. But it's about underdogs. It's very much about English underdogs and the many characters that are in the show from all classes. That's what's funny about it, really, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, the differences.
Okay. Well, the boss of the village, I think, is one of my favourite characters. He's called Mr. Fangfoss.
Oh, yes.
Yes, Mr. Fangfoss is a large man with an untrimmed drooping black moustache and talks like that.
The goalkeeper, I think, is a particular favourite of mine, called Monkey Tonks.
This is not at all difficult, is it? Pointing the camera away. Oh, Monkey Tonks, and he's more like that. He's called Monkey because he walks like a monkey and he's very agile and can climb up steeples and stuff.
And then, of course, there are Mr. Fangfoss's two wives.
Yes, he's got two wives. They're both sisters. One is Mrs. Fangfoss, who is quite tall and very prim and proper and writes romantic fiction. And the other one is Beatty, who is, the play describes her as simple and talks a bit like that and has got a bit of a funny thing in her voice.
It is a very different process working with one performer. When I've done it, I think this is the 27th time I've directed a solo show. And you get a very different energy of actors. A lot of it based on fear, I imagine. But yeah, no, it's good.
Yes. What's it like being the only actor on the stage? At first it sounds brilliant, doesn't it? It appeals to the ego and everything. But then the reality kicks in and realises it's all you and all you all the way through. So then it's become an interesting sort of process. We're talking about it today, how it's different to acting even in a two-person show where you have the other actor to sort of take the weight for a moment where you can kind of recoup your energy. But with the one-person show, it is just all you. And so I think it's quite important to be able to pace yourself throughout it and hit those high points and then those lower moments. There's more reflective moments, and then there's lots of sort of frenetic activity in other parts of the play. And there's even some singing involved at some point.
Would you work together again?
No.